Hey everyone, it's Nick. Welcome back to Building Tips. In the previous episode, we talked about where to look for inspiration, and now that we know, we need to find out what to look for. This video will talk about a few things that you should look for once you find a good source. One of the most basic elements of a building is its layout, therefore it can be very useful to look at the layout of a building to get some inspiration of how to lay out your build. However, this is generally better to look for in buildings you visit in real life, as blueprints and interior shots can be a bit more difficult to find online. In this particular case, I'm using detail to describe any part of the building that does not pertain to the general structure. This can mean roofs, windows, or simply cool little embellishments. On the far right, we could look at the columns, the roof, or even the side of the stairs leading up. In the middle, the most prominent feature is the windows and the color highlights in it. On the far right, there are quite a few details, but I'll focus on the curvy part on the left. This is just a quick sketch showing off what some of these might look like in Minecraft. I chose the roof, the windows, and the curvy part. I'll go more in depth on how to replicate these things later in the series. One of the most striking things about good architecture is its purpose. Purpose is the intended effect of the building on the person looking at it. This may get a bit too artsy for some people, but to go to the basics, we can look at the two examples. On the top left is a room that is meant to be warmer and more comfortable, as it has deep warm tones and a lot of wood is used. On the bottom right, this building is meant to be imposing and impressive, as it's tall and made out of stone, while being mainly colorless. In these pictures, these purposes are translated into Minecraft, with the top left being made small, comfortable, and out of wood. On the bottom right, we have a tall stone structure, though I ended up putting in some wood for some form of contrast. As always, thank you very much for watching, check out my other videos, and we'll see us next time with some more Minecraft.